Hey guys, I came out of my office this morning, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Well, at least I came out to my office and sat down at my desk to crack on with a bit of photo editing and writing some scripts for some new videos. And I noticed that a file synchronization that I put in place to run overnight, moving some files off my main photo drive, had stopped. Upon investigation, I found that my main photo drive had dismounted in the night and wasn't to be seen on my desktop. So I did what I always do, which is have a look at the drive, unplug it, plug it back in, try and get it to get mounted on my Mac, and it would not. All it would do was make some rather sickening mechanical sounding noises. And then once it had finished doing those, which was it basically expiring, all it would do was beep twice. So yes, my main photo drive with about 8 years worth of photographs on it has died. It's rooted. It is no more. It is an X hard drive. And you may be wondering to yourself why, if that's the case, I'm not cursing and screaming and slamming my hands on the table and swearing at the gods, or is it devils of technology? And the answer to that question is that this time around I'm organized. I've put plans in place over the years to cater for situations like this. And I wanted to make this video while the pain of leaving that hard drive is still keen in my heart, because I know out there some of you guys watching this have no proper backup in place. You're putting your faith in the laws of probability and assuming that simply because it has worked up until now, it'll just carry on working. But sometimes things go wrong. Hard drives fail. We have issues with all sorts of technology in our lives. Why should a hard drive be any different? So for the rest of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the backups I've got in place to deal with this. About 5 years ago, I had a catastrophic hard drive failure, and I lost pretty much every photo I took prior to about 2011. And believe me, the pain of that was pretty strong, and I put some backup procedures in place. The first thing I did was learn the lesson of not having all your eggs in one basket. So, for instance, here I've got another photo hard drive called storage, which I've got everything up to 2016. This, incidentally, is backed up elsewhere as well. In addition to this, I've also got a network storage device, which you can see here. This is my main photos directory, and I drag everything off onto this and synchronize it across on a regular basis. So firstly, I split the archive across hard drives. Secondly, I have a local backup, but I also, more importantly, have an off-site cloud-based backup. So let's talk about off-site backups, and let me get my Safari browser up here to show you what I have put in place. It's called Backblaze. Now, before I go into the ins and outs of this, it is of course worth pointing out that off-site backups are crucial because disasters can and do happen. You know, God forbid, house burnt down. If this office, for instance, burned, my network drive over there with all my backups on it would go with my hard drive sat here on my desk. Or if someone came in and stole them, or there was a flood or something like that, you know, they go. So you need something off-site. It can be physically off-site if you want. You could just back them up to a drive and leave them around your mum's house or something. But cloud-based is pretty convenient. And if you use Backblaze, it's pretty reasonably priced too. Now, I've just got the regular backup on Backblaze, which is the computer backup here. I can't remember what it costs. It's very reasonably priced. It's about 100 Australian dollars a year. And it's unlimited storage space, which is really important when you're a photographer and you're taking lots of photographs. You know, each photograph's 25, 40 megabytes big or something like that. You might have 300 photographs a day or more. They offer completely unlimited, no caveats. you can upload as much data as you want to Backblaze, and it's all safe and sound up in the cloud. So let's take a little look at my backups. As you can see, I have got my main hard drive, my music drive. This is just where I store some video files. Here's the drive that shit itself, my main photos drive. This is the storage drive, the secondary one I showed you with the older images on it. And here's my video library with all my footage that I shoot when I go out and make my videos. And if we go into this photos main, we can see it's all back up there. I've got my Lightroom catalog in there. Here's 2023. And if I go down to the most recent one and open up the RAWs folder in there, we can see all the files sat there ready to be restored as and when I need them. Now, the way it works with restoring your files is you can just select individual files if you want, or whole folders, or even entire drives, assuming they're not too big. You can download any file just straight off the system from here, or you can archive them to this B2 storage. I haven't used that because I've worked out it cost me about $50 a month to back up my stuff permanently into the B2 archive. And then there's this third option, which is the USB hard drive. You can see it says $189 and they can do up to 8 terabytes, which would cover my entire main photos drive. And the really great thing about this service is that, yes, it's $189, but if you return the drive, you get a full refund. So it's effectively free. It's a very quick and simple way of just getting a massive amount of data back to your computer and restoring them, because depending on your internet connection, even if you've got a nice, fiber connection, it's going to take a little while to download 8 terabytes of data. I unfortunately do not have fiber here at my house. It seems to be most places in Australia, but it ain't here. And my connection maxes out at 100 megs. So it would take me a pretty long time to download everything from this photo drive. I don't need to, because as I say, I've got most of it sat on a network drive, and whatever gaps there are, it's all backed up into the Backblaze archive, and I can restore any of those that are missing pretty simply and easily. Now, losing a hard drive is, of course, a colossal ball ache. I don't wish it on anyone, but you've only got yourself to blame if you're not prepared for this. It happens. Hard drive failures happen. The bigger these drives get, it seems the more susceptible they are to hard drive failure. And you could be in a situation where you lose all your precious photographs. It's not something I'd wish on anyone. You know, we photographers, we build up these massive collections that take in numerous events and trips out and shoots, and you're really jeopardizing all that by not putting in place a backup. Even if it's as simple as having just a synchronized drive that you can take round to your brothers or your mums or something and just leave there, and you just replenish it occasionally. Or if you put in some place something like Backblaze, which I highly recommend. Again, it's not sponsored, it's just a really terrific service, and I strongly suggest you look at Backblaze for backing up all your data, not just your photos, but all your hard drive data too. So there we go, guys. Not really how I wanted to spend my Sunday today, sitting here buying a new hard drive down at JB Hi-Fi and beginning restoring all my files. But, you know, shit happens and you just got to roll with it, haven't you? Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope I've guilted you. You know who you are. You ones out there with no backup in place to do something about it before it's too late. All right, guys, enough doom and gloom. Hopefully something slightly more upbeat on the next one. Till the next time, guys. Ta-ta.